Welcome back to Ground Zero. Shitting, I've got to gripe about our public transport. No, and it's not about it being crowded this time. I have to say that I'm really quite sick and tired of people who refuse to give up their seats on the train. I mean, look, we've talked about becoming a gracious society for ages, and there are just people who still don't give up their seats to those who need it more.
Oh yes, Kenneth, I know where you're coming from. It's so frustrating that so much publicity about such inconsiderate behaviour does not knock some sense into commuters. Take for example this post by Mamita Moto of a girl pretending to be busy on the phone and blatantly ignoring a pregnant woman right beside her.
Yeah, I mean, the woman is obviously pregnant, and yet she's just left standing there. And she stood for at least 2 stops before someone finally got up and gave her a seat.
And like you, most of the stompers were enraged by what they saw. Comments came in fast and furious, with some calling for a fine system and others saying commuters should post pictures to shame the inconsiderate people.
Well, to be fair, there are many commuters who do care for the needy, but they are rarely complimented on their good deeds. Here's the case of one good Samaritan. This young man in red offered his priority seat to an uncle without a second thought.
Well, a man who received such kindness also commented, Tan Churanda said, I am recovering from a stroke and am now able to walk with some effort. I have difficulty standing for too long and am still unable to hold one hand to hold on to things. I find that thankfully most Singaporeans readily give up their seats on seeing me in my condition.
Well, I guess there's still kindness to speak of in Singapore, but there's definitely still room for improvement.
Well, up next we take a look at a very odd sight on the train. Stay with us.